So here's Sherry's quilting studio. I am upstairs from the garage. It's about 650 square feet and lots of lights, windows were added. Which is kind of a quilter's curse because you don't want too much light coming into your studio, of course. So the natural light is great in the wintertime, but I do try to maintain the shades slightly tilted back so that the light is good, but not going to necessarily fade my fabrics. And I do try to keep most of my fabrics in this storage along the wall. These are cubbies that were kind of standard with what gets cut from a big piece of board, and then the top was stained nicely so that it gave me a good surface. The original intention was to go up to the windows, but I said, really, I need some counter space. And this bay was also supposed to be more cubbies, and I insisted that I wanted it to remain open as a kind of a modular way of moving around my desk, which has moved around. And I've finally got my office system up, which I like having. And I can sit down here and quilt, look out the window, and I have friends who come and sew with me. This is Michelle's over here on that side. My little kitchen for refreshments, which are actually really not necessary most of the time, but there is a water there for making coffee, which I do. And then this is a cutting table, which is also modular, and I can move it around. It's on wheels. It's fairly stable. I haven't had any issues with it. And I use 2 cutting mats side by side, and even with the gap, it's not too bad. At first I didn't think I wanted to give up all of this space because of the stairwell and maybe considered an outdoor exit, but I really love it because I can throw my quilts over it. I've got finished quilts in progress, the next quilts to be up on the long arm that are all mine, that I'm still practicing my free motion quilting. And ironing station, battings are over here on this open shelf with some baskets to help contain the clutter. I do have an ironing surface that helps make this a nice long rectangle for ironing. And my design wall is wonderful. Right now, Michelle's is up there in the blue, and mine is taking second fiddle, and it's really a very large quilt, but I'm almost done. I just have to put the strips together and didn't want to necessarily take the time to get in the way of Michelle's progress because I'm helping her learn new techniques and stuff. And then this is mostly long arm stuff and a few books, patterns. I left one of the cubbies tall so that I could put bolts in there. And then I also have room over on this side to put those are stabilizers, mostly for embroidery machines. And then underneath I'm using all of this storage, which was what I used to use in my little room, and maybe someday I'll empty it out. But anyway, I'm so delighted with my space. I spend a lot of time up here. As far as lights, I used an LED that mimics daylight, and the light is really good. There's quite a bit of it, and it's wonderful. So good luck with your studio. Maybe someday I'll get to see it.